I was 22 years old, wrapping up at Princeton, majored in politics and African American studies, and I wanted to stop talking about and writing about all the problems that I saw in the world, and I wanted to do something about it. And the only people crazy enough to tell a 22-year-old that they could go change the world was the folks at Teach for America.
I was not considering becoming a teacher. Teach for America gave me sort of a pathway to try it out and experience it, and it turns out it was something that I fell in love with. And they provided me with so many opportunities to grow and develop during my 3 years as a teacher in the classroom, and then helped me along the way as I continued to work in education and found Coney Island Prep.
Getting the opportunity to come to Coney Island felt like it was the opportunity to build something that was new and needed. There's still a ton of kids and families here with hopes and dreams. I knew what that was like growing up in a part of the city that feels forgotten.
When I set out to found Coney Island Prep, the mission of the school was to prepare students to succeed in the college and career of their choice. And really my goal was to create an option for families in a part of New York City where there weren't other educational options. Having Coney Island in our name means we have a certain responsibility to the community and something that we want to kind of uphold and follow through on.
There's one building in Cary Gardens houses where we have served 7 or 8 families at a time, and we have single-handedly changed the college-going trajectory of one building on one block. And that's what it really feels like for us to build community, block by block, brick by brick, being really an integral part of this neighborhood.
I want us to continue to impact so many more students to provide those life-changing opportunities, and also continue to be a school where we not only talk about college access and persistence for our scholars, but also for our families and for our community as well, where we provide them the supports to be able to enter into and succeed in college as well.
When a child enters into a classroom in kindergarten, their first day, they are figuring out who they are, who they're going to be, and creating a sense of self as a learner.
I want to be able to spark that curiosity. I think that's the biggest thing, is curiosity and the bravery to be curious and to try things and figure out, their place in life.
My teacher is great and awesome to learn with. I love my teachers a lot, so I also want to be a teacher.
Coney Island Prep isn't possible without generations of leaders from Teach for America. We're now into 3 generations of executive directors and CEOs who've been Teach for America leaders.
So many of our founding staff were Teach for America alums, so it was sort of in our DNA from the very beginning. There was sort of a common language, a common belief system, a common set of values that we shared.
We have grown from being a one-hallway school to 4 buildings, multiple campuses, 1,300 kids and families. We have unlocked opportunity in ways that we could have only dreamed of. We went from being a school that promised to be with our kids and families through into college to now guaranteeing not just college acceptances, but acceptances to some of the most competitive schools in the country.
I feel very strongly that the kids sitting in our core members' classrooms are going to remember their teachers as people who believed in them, exposed them to something new, showed them their potential when perhaps they couldn't see it themselves.
Teach for America was the organization that put me on my educational path and my educational journey. And I am so thankful to TFA that I chose education, because it has made me the person who I am today.
Investing in Teach for America is investing in the future of New York City. It is investing in our talent, and it's investing in our kids.
We know education is the key to different opportunities, and so having more and more people who understand that key and believe deeply in that mission of education will only continue to make our world better.
Parents send their kids into their teachers' classrooms every day, and they're sending their hearts beating outside of their bodies, and they're trusting their kids' teachers to not only teach them and help them learn, but also keep them safe and teach them how to navigate this big world around them that they haven't learned to navigate yet. And that's a huge privilege for teachers, and we need to make sure that teachers are prepared to do that and that they are supported to do that.